And Coach, just had the long road trip weekend with Abilene Christian and Incarnate Word, and starting with ACU, a couple of evenly matched teams, a couple of teams where the stats show that there was not a lot in between them, not the sharpest start for either side, but just couldn't get a lot of the momentum swings your way.
Yeah, I think so. I think sets 1 and 2 against Abilene, it took us a long time to get going. Obviously, we were committing errors offensively, we were committing service errors. And so usually when we start off that slow, we struggle. Going into the match prior to the start, we knew we were evenly matched with both teams. Both teams have had their highs and their lows, same as us. And then playing away, we knew we'd have to bring our A game on a consistent level, which we weren't able to do for the duration of the match. So pretty disappointing week last week.
And that's kind of the story of the conference as well. When you get to especially the middle of the conference, and we've seen it throughout as far as who's going to match up and who's going to bring their A game that night, and that's how close a lot of these teams are.
Yeah, I think so. I think in a way we could use it as, positive momentum. We have 7 conference matches remaining on our schedule, which is more than most of the teams in our conference. And if we could get on a roll and just get into at least the 8th place position to go to the conference tournament, it'll be anyone's tournament, whoever's playing well midway through November. So I'm hopeful that we can kind of get our feet under us. Obviously, most of our stint is at home remaining this season, which is nice. So I think if we can just get a few matches under our belt, we can start to play the kind of volleyball that we know we can, and then really push to be a part of the conference tournament this season.
And then Saturday you turned around against UIW, and just the way that the first set kind of ended, and just kind of was maybe a bit of a sour note for the rest of the match.
Yeah, I don't think that losing that set 30-28 really set the tone for anything else that happened that day. I just think the challenges are what are we doing well, and then defensively we had major issues. We weren't making stops at the net. We weren't keeping the ball in play behind the block. Just simple things that we know we have to do to be successful weren't happening. But I did feel like the entire match, the girls were fighting to try to do that. And, set 2, obviously we had some other issues. And then both sets 1 and 3, we had a lead, and we just weren't able to maintain it and really push to close out the match. But I think they competed all the way through. So obviously 2 sets, 30-28, were pretty competitive. It's always tough, like I said, to be in other people's gym. It was their homecoming. The gym was packed. People were cheering against us from every angle. So I think, just having that and not dropping set 3 to a really bad score or anything like that lets me know that we're tough. Now we just have to be tough and execute plays with a higher level of quality, take care of the ball a little bit, and then obviously better the next ball that we make contact with when there is something that's kind of out of system.
A balanced offense, and that's what you guys showed at the start, especially on Saturday. And when this team is at their height, you can go to basically anybody on their front line and know what that is.
Yeah, I think so, which is nice. And then, we were running the 6-2 so we can have that offense every single rotation. And then we have one player that's not having a great day. Obviously, the 6-2 comes off the table because we don't get that balance. So I think we were able to persevere through some tough sets or some tough plays and rotations and really kind of fixed them on Saturday. It was just a matter of being able to maintain that and defend. Their middles had an amazing match. Both of the middles for Incarnate had an amazing match. We had a hard time defending that. And like I said, just one little thing here and there just changes so much for us. Having everyone healthy, everyone having a mediocre to good game, I think gives us more balance. And like Lane came off the sideline, surprised all of us, and hit 1,000% 5 of 5. Maybe I could have put her in the match earlier, and that definitely could have helped change things. But like I said, we've got to get consistent. There is no lineup that's like great, good, or bad, without a level of consistency where I'm not taking a risk making those subs in competition that I kind of know exactly what that person will bring. So I think we're getting there. It's just kind of baby stepping our way to it.
And you mentioned about the heavy home slate to finish, 7 of the last 10 at home and a lot of those conference matches, but you start with a non-conference match tomorrow against Mississippi Valley, and this team has done a really good job as far as those early week non-conference matches, is kind of using those as almost like a reset.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's going to be a working match for us. Some of the things we want to fine-tune offensively, we've been trying to just continue to add to what we can do as the season has gone on, and we haven't seen everything that's in the arsenal in a match offensively, so I'm hoping tomorrow they'll have the confidence to try some of that stuff. So Thursday, obviously going to be a super competitive match. We can implement it then without feeling like we're taking a high risk in order to do it. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow's match. Obviously that team's going to be competitive. They're going to put a big block up, which will definitely help us work towards our offense, and then we can focus on keeping our unforced errors to a minimum. And if we can do that, we'll control the match. We'll be able to work towards some things that we definitely have to do later in the week, and hopefully get a win.
And you look ahead to the last part of the week where you get back into conference play and Thursday and Saturday matches, and just talking about the weekend ahead for you guys.
Yeah, I think Thursday night's going to be a tough one. Obviously, McNeese has played very well. We play them twice, so it'll be an advantage to at least have them on our home court. But they bring a good balanced offense every single rotation as well. They have a really strong outside hitter that we'll have to slow down, as well as a middle that's playing well at a high level, and they serve competitively. So I think, we're going to definitely have to be ready to go, control the ball and serve receive, and then run things the way that we want to run them on our side if we want to have success on Thursday. And then Saturday, they're bringing solid middles, which is a place that we've kind of struggled defending, but we can run back. So if we can find that balance between maybe not making a stop every single time, but being able to run that same offense towards our opponent, then we can be successful there too. And obviously, we've got to bring those aces back, right? Because that always gives us a little more cushion.
It's always been the great equalizer. And
yes.
you mentioned Saturday, of course, Halloween weekend, and a very festive practice today, isn't it?
Yeah. We wanted to get the Halloween practice out of the way early in the week so that it doesn't interfere with what our priority is, which is the opportunity to compete later in the week. So we thought we'd let them have a little fun today. They all came in very creative and crazy costumes, which is a lot of fun for them. So we want to keep that balance between, competing at a high level, obviously playing high level Division I, and then still having the opportunity to have fun and enjoy their sport.